Hello boys and girls, welcome to Joy Stream. So today we are going to start our first biology class for 10th standard children. So in this video we are going to learn about what is living being and what are life processes. So first of all I would like to suggest you one thing. Please make sure that you are writing the short notes in your running notes. So it will be helpful for you in the later reference. Okay, so let us begin our class. So yes, the first chapter is life processes. So the subtopic in the life process is living being. So first of all, what is living being? Do you know what is living being? Or can you differentiate what is living being or what is non-living being? Yes, we can. So living things have certain similarities so that can move, they can breathe, they can grow and etc. So non-living things, when compared to the living things, the non-living things cannot do what the living things can do. So let us see some examples in living things. Okay, animals and plants are living things. Some of the microorganisms also are considered to be living things. When coming to the non-living things, table, chair, book, etc. So, what do you see the differences? What can you observe in living things and what can you observe in non-living things? So in living things, animals can breathe. They can eat. They can move. They can grow. But when coming to the non-living things, they cannot breathe. They cannot move. They cannot grow. Or they cannot eat. So, by this way, we can differentiate living or non-living things. So, what is the definition of living being? What does a living being do? So, living being is a thing. Living being is a thing which is able to utilize the sources of the environment for its survival is known as living being. So, as a human being, we are living. We are said to be a living being. We have life. So, what do? We utilize the sources of the environment. From environment, we take many things. We get food from environment. We get oxygen from environment. We get many things from the environment. So, what are we doing? We are utilizing the sources of the environment and we are surviving from it. So, living being, it utilizes the sources from the environment and it survives from it. So, living being is a thing which is able to utilize the sources of the environment for which survival is known as living being. Okay. So, what are the characters of living being? So, there are some characters of the living being which are shown here. So, living being is made up of cells, but non-living being is not made up of cells. Non-living being is for example, non-living being is a table. It is made up of wood. No, a book, the non-living thing. It is made up of paper. A car, which is made up of some parts, some metallic parts. some sponges, some plastic, likewise. So living being is made up of cells. Cells are with life. So next thing, the living being has chemical composition. Chemical composition means the presence of the chemical compounds in our body. So H2O, proteins, lipids, blood, etc. are present in our body. So living things use energy. What does they do? They use energy. Energy means we utilize sunlight from the environment. We are using the oxygen from the environment. We are utilizing the sources. We are utilizing the energy from the environment. So next thing, they respond to the environment. We as a living being respond to the environment. Then we show growth. No, living thing shows growth. So initially you are small baby, or let us see, you have a seed, you have sown it in the soil, then you watered it. What do you observe? Slowly it grows into a plant, right? So first it was a seed, next it grows into the plant. So what do you observe? You observe growth in the seed. So as a living being there will be growth, reproduction, reproduce. So what does a living being do? It reproduces. A new life comes from a organism. So it has the ability to give birth to a new life, an offspring, a baby. Reproduction means a living being can give birth to a small baby. So adaptation, they adapt to the environment. So living organism, it adapts to the environment. So for example, when you are a small baby, no, you are in the womb of your mother. So in the womb you have one certain environment. When your mom gave birth to you, you come outside of your mother's womb. So when you come out, it is different from the environment in the womb. When compared to the outside environment, the environment in the womb is different. So you have to adapt. You have to habituate it to the environment which is outside. So slowly what do? You get adapted to the environment. This is adaptation to the environment. Okay, fine. So how an organism is composed? I will show you a small flow chart how that organism is composed. Okay. As we saw in the first point, the living being is composed of cells. So there is a cell. The cell is present in tissue. The tissue is present in organ. The organ is present in organ system. This organ system is present in organism. Yes, no? We are composed of cells. We are composed of tissues. We are composed of organs, organ systems, and then completely into an organism. So we had cells, tissues, organ systems. We had cells in our body, tissues in our body, organ. heart is an organ, brain is an organ, kidneys are an organs. They are included into an organ system. Then this organ system is composed in a body called organism. So this is the small flowchart which shows the composition of cells in the organism. Right. So coming to the next subtopic called life processes. Life processes. What are life processes? First of all, we will look into the definition. The basic functioning or the activity of an organism for the maintenance of life are called life process. So there are many processes which are undergoing in our body, like digestion, respiration, nutrition, transportation, metabolism, excretion, and reproduction. These are the processes which are undergoing inside a body. So digestion. What is digestion? When we take food, it digests. No? That is digestion. Respiration. The breathe in and breathe out. We breathe oxygen in and release carbon dioxide. Oxygen in and carbon dioxide outside. So this process is called respiration. Nutrition. The absorbed food. The food which we have taken inside, when it is digested, the nutrition happens. When the complex compounds are converted into simple compounds, the nutrition happens. So transportation. The blood is transported to several parts of our body. So that is called transportation. Metabolism. Complex food is converted into simpler forms. It is called metabolism. Excretion. The undigested food. After the digested food is absorbed by the body and it is transported to the several parts of the body. Then the undigested food is eliminated outside the body. Then reproduction. Giving life to a new thing. Giving life to a new offspring. Reproduction. From one life is giving life to another one. So this is called reproduction. So let us have a quick look. So what are living things and non-living things? The things which can breathe, eat, move or grow are called living things. Non-living things, they cannot move, they cannot breathe, they cannot grow or etc. So what is the definition of living being? Living being is a thing which is able to utilize the sources of environment for its survival, is known as living being. So what are the 7 characters of living being? Living being is made up of cells. Living being has chemical composition. Living things use energy. They respond to environment. Growth is observed. Reproduction happens. They adapt to the environment. Then look at the flow chart. Cells are composed in the tissue. Tissue is composed in organ. Organ is composed in organ system. This organ system is present in the organism. So what is life processes? The basic functioning or the activities of an organism for the maintenance of life are called life process. So the functioning of the body, the functioning of an organism for maintaining its life are called life processes. What are the life processes? Digestion, respiration, nutrition, transportation, metabolism, excretion, reproduction are life processes. So that's all for this video, guys. We'll meet you in the next session. Bye bye. Take care.